discussing how an unexpected couple caused a 10,000-acre fire in California.
Followed by a look at President Trump's new advice on voting and how the OC still plans to keep the community entertained with a twist on fan-favorite foods.
Finally, we're committed to bringing you the news, views, and info to go on this episode of the Report Roundtable Discussion. I'm Amanda Mendoza.
I'm Jorge Flores.
And I'm Brie Eastlick. And as you can see, we're continuing to practice social distancing and are going to conduct our episodes via Zoom for the foreseeable future. Although we can't be together in person, we invite you all to continue to be a part of our discussion. Follow us on Twitter at the Report CSUF or on our Titan TV Instagram at Titan TV CSUF to keep in touch with us and view our new content.
All right, guys, let's start. Because last Saturday, one expecting family was anxious to break the news of their child's gender at a reveal party. Instead, they accidentally caused a dangerous wildfire in El Dorado. The family was using a pyrotechnic device to announce the gender when it sparked a fire that's now grown more than 10,000 acres. Fire officials say it's one of the most dangerous fires they've ever seen in the area. More than 21,000 people have since evacuated, with more possibly joining as the fire continues to grow larger. The family involved has been cooperating with the officials, but it could still face penalties based on, quote, igniting the land, arson, and recklessness. Firefighters are working to keep the fire under control. Guys, this is a very interesting topic to talk about today. This family, they were just having this reveal party. It goes out of control, and now more than 10,000 acres, they are on fire right now. They're trying to keep it up, trying to keep the good work, the firefighters. And I want to quote Mayor of Yucaipa, which is a place where this happened, David Avila. He said, "In my 30 years as citizen in Yucaipa, this is the first time that I see a fire like this." Guys, this is historic. And in my opinion, I think they should still face penalties, because even though they didn't want to, well, at the end, they caused this great fire. And we gotta be conscious. And what I mean like this is that, I mean, you can watch the news right now, the TV, and you can see that we are in this fire season. And it's dangerous. So why would you get into this party using a pyrotechnic device on a park that you know that probably could go wrong? So I want to know your opinion, guys. What do you think about this? What do you think, Amanda?
Well, personally, I don't think that these parties have to be eradicated as long as they're following proper procedures. However, the fact they used a pyrotechnic device in such a dry area such as El Dorado, I think they should have been aware of the possibilities. But according to firefighters, they're going to, based on what techniques they are using or what they have to take out the fire at the time of the party, that's what the punishment's going to be based on. So it depends on what they had to prevent something this big. Do they have water nearby? Were they trying to be safe? Were they doing it in a contained area? Or do they do it in their backyard without any wire or anything else nearby? And I think depending on those factors should be where the punishment should be decided.
It looks like they did their little gender reveal in a park. And once the firefighters got there, they were still there. They didn't just leave or anything. They were still there when the fire started. But no, absolutely. I mean, look back in Arizona in 2017, and that family who also did a gender reveal that caused an $8 million in damage fire, they were held responsible. The father was put on parole and they had to pay that $8 million, which they're still paying back. But I think one thing we need to look at, though, is they broke 3 laws in the process of doing this gender reveal. And everyone right now is all about bigger and better. How can I make my gender reveal better than other people's gender reveal? But if we look back, this started back in 2008 with Jenna Carbonitas, who started the tradition with her reveal, and it became a big spark, and everyone was like, oh, I want to do that too. But in recent years, she's actually come out and said, look, we don't need to be doing all these big reveals. She even said, quote, "Nobody cares about you," end quote. Now, she also came out and said about the fire, she said, quote, "Who cares what gender your baby is? I did this at a time when we didn't live in 2019 and didn't know what we know now. That assigning focus on gender at birth leaves out so much of their potential and talents that have nothing to do with what's in between their legs," end quote. So look at her. I mean, she's the one that started it all, and she's saying, we need to stop this. We need to lower it down, take it back, which I agree with her. This has become such a great spark. And I think that it's a great thing to do if you want to get your family involved. But at the same time, we don't need to be causing these big, explosions that'll end up hurting our earth. So I think that, let's go back to the balloons, where you pop the balloon and see what gender it is. Cut the cake and see what gender it is, not, a big massive explosion. But you know what, let's move on. We're going to get to another story now. Amid a nationwide push to increase our voter turnout this November, last Thursday, President Trump made claims on Facebook and Twitter that voters should vote twice by casting both mail and in-person ballots in order to, quote, make sure they are counted, end quote. That afternoon, Twitter and Facebook flagged Trump's post, claiming that they were against the platform's rule of civil integrity. However, they were unclear in their warning label as to which part of Trump's posting they were referring to in response to his tweets. Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel stated, quote, let me be perfectly clear, voting twice is illegal, no matter who tells you to do it, end quote. Now, this isn't the first time that Facebook has come out and flagged or taken down Trump's tweet. I mean, even just last month, they took down one of Trump's presidential campaign videos, basically because it had a Nazi symbolism in it. And so they're like, yeah, no, this is focusing on hate. We're going to take this down. I think it's good that they flagged it, but without posting why they flagged it, how are people supposed to know? And, back in the day when, presidents say something, you believe it. So people are probably so confused by this. So for them to flag it but not say what it is, they're probably like, well, is it okay to do this then? Can I vote twice? No, you can't. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I want to add something that what you said, Bree, that's so important. Facebook, Twitter, any social media platform, they gotta be very conscious and they gotta be very strict on their policies. So if they're gonna tell us, okay, this is gonna be banned or flagged, that's perfect, but tell us why. And that's a mistake that Facebook and Twitter, they clearly did. Now, I want to talk a little bit about what the Michigan General Attorney, she said, Dana Nessel. And I mean, it's clear, it's illegal. So what I think about that is that those kind of tweets, of course, they should be flagged because that's illegal. You can't do that. And more when it comes to the political campaign. Also, I want to add something when it comes about campaigning. Well, everyone knows that these both guys, Joe Biden and President Trump, they are competing to each other. What I think is that probably President Trump, he's kind of fearful of losing this re-election. That's why he's trying to tell people, vote twice or 3 or 4 times, which we know that it's not good, that it's not proper, it's not correct. Now, is he gonna face consequences in the future? Because this is not a first time that he does this. Like you were saying, Brie, this already happened years ago and there were not serious consequences. So I'm waiting for something new. What do you think, Amanda?
Facebook said on the tweet to, quote, visit the Voting Information Center for election sources and official updates, unquote. However, I think it's important to notice that they were very vague in what they were trying to say. They didn't straight up say this information was false, that it's illegal, that you can actually face consequences in the court of law. And I think Facebook is trying to cover up and trying to make sure they look better, considering the controversy they had in 2016 for not stopping the spread of misinformation. And I think, do you guys think it's a threat to our democracy? Do you think that Facebook and Twitter not quite saying when information is misleading or wrong, do you think that's harmful to the users?
I think it's kind of like, it's very dangerous when it comes to our democracy because nowadays we are believing anything what they're saying on social media. The thing here is that I think that social media platforms, they're kind of fearful of the government as well. They don't want to go against a president who is very direct when it comes to what he likes and what he doesn't like. So that kind of fear is growing more in our social platforms. The good thing, and I think an advice that we gotta have as youth is to be very informed, to know what is good, what is right, what is wrong. And in this case, I tell you once again, like you both were mentioning, we need strict policies. We can't be fearful of the government. A rule is a rule, but you gotta give reasons to it.
That's a great point, Jorge. But for now, let's turn over to something a little more lighthearted. So, for the first time since World War II, the OC Fair in Costa Mesa was forced to close its doors due to COVID-19. But while ride attractions, carnival games, and merchandise vendors won't be present this year, the popular fair foods will still be available to the public. The fair has set up a drive-thru with 4 different vendors offering fan favorites such as turkey legs, Dippin' Dots, hot dogs on sticks, roasted corn, and much more. Guests will be required to stay in their cars and wear a mask during the drive-thru. The drive-thru is set to be open until September 27th, Friday through Sunday. So do you guys think this will be effective and make people want to go while keeping up the fun?
That's a really good question. I will keep low expectations. We're living weird times right now. And I don't think like the success for the OC Fair, just having like the food vendors is gonna be as great as it was before in other editions, where you have already your rides, attractions, the environment, and more. I will keep a low expectation, but I'll tell you the truth. If I speak for myself, of course I will have, and I will get any kind of food that I want in my car. I'll try to be as safe as possible, getting all these protocols, but I will keep it as low expectations. What do you think, Brie?
This isn't the first time that fairs are coming out and doing this. I mean, if you guys aren't new to the channel, I'm actually up in Sacramento now. That's my hometown. And that's what we did for our state fair. We had people drive in and said, hey, look, we're not going to have the fair, but if you want to take your car, if you want to come pick up some food, we have this menu that you can buy. And with all the food that's on the menu for this week, and each week they had a new menu that came out. And, it was a great success. It's something, even if you can't go, the food is a big part of these fairs. So I think that this is a great thing that they're doing. It'll be more safe. And, what I also like is they're not taking people out of work. They're continuing to have people work for the fair and not saying, you know what, go on unemployment right now. So I think that's a great thing. And a lot of families are going to be very, thankful for that. But what do you guys, you think you're going to go to the fair, or do you think you're going to stay home on this one?
I'll go. I think I'll go. We gotta, take advantage from this situation, even though it's not like as always. But something that I really miss is gonna be the rides. I mean, I always went to the OC Fair because of the rides. It's gonna be completely different, but at least getting some food that you like with some friends at your car, that's gonna be new. But why not? I think it's gonna be good. What about you, Amanda?
Exactly. I'm going to miss the carnival games. I'm going to miss the rides as well, but hey, if I can get a turkey leg, then you won't hear me complaining. So what is your favorite fair food? Would you guys actually go over and buy like Dippin' Dots or turkey legs? Would you guys actually go over there and buy anything?
Oh, absolutely. I would love to have some Dippin' Dots right now. I am like, if I was down there, I would definitely go to this thing. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to go, but I mean, if you guys do go, please get some Dippin' Dots for me. Those are my favorite and totally remind me of my childhood. What about you, Jorge?
I love that. I'm a big fan of the turkey leg. Yes, I'll go all for it, with a good drink and enjoy. I think that's something about the environment. You know what I mean with this? The environment of the OC Fair, I think it's still there, even though it's not the same as always. Now it's just going to be this food vendor, but the environment is going to be there. So we make that environment, and I think we should go.
Exactly. I think it goes to show that you could still have fun even during these hard times. With that, that's all the time we have today on the Report Roundtable Discussion. Have a safe weekend, everyone, and stay tuned for more news, views, and info. I'm Amanda Mendoza.
I'm Jorge Flores.
And I'm Brie Eastlick. And as always, stay fresh, Fullerton.